Good. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is Ian Chesterman. Welcome. Number 345 on your agenda.
Page 345.
Yeah.
Well, page 345. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor and Councillors. My name is Ian Chesterman and I live in Christchurch. Reading the draft long-term plan, I don't envy your jobs. There's some very difficult decisions to make. I would like to focus on cycleways if I can. I believe it is a shame and a mistake to delay the full implementation of the major cycle routes as the draft long-term plan is proposing to do. I think there has never been a better time to build cycleways in New Zealand. The current government is as friendly as you are likely to find towards investment in cycleways and will reimburse 50 to 66% of the cost of building them, so I think it is a mistake to delay building them, as the money saved is relatively small and this political environment may not last forever. I'm sure you've all had people say to you, why are we building these bike lanes? We're not Amsterdam, we're not Copenhagen. Those cities weren't always cycle friendly either. 50 years ago they were jammed with cars and their road toll was on the rise, but they made the decision to change. But let's aim for an intermediate target first. Let's aim to be better than Vancouver. Vancouver is not ideal for cycling. It's hillier, colder and wetter than Christchurch, but they've started building a protected cycle lane network. They started in 2010. The results have been pretty good. Some residents oppose the plan. The Downtown Vancouver Business Improvement Association opposed the plan. But since they started, the cycling mode share has more than doubled from 4% in 2011 to 10% in 2015. And the miles travelled by private car have shown a concurrent fall. Even more significantly, the Downtown Vancouver Business Improvement Association is now in favour of the cycleway network. Many cities have built cycleways. I've chosen to highlight Vancouver because there is lots of data about the effects of these investments on cycling numbers, and more relevantly to this discussion, about the effect connecting up the network of cycleways has had. Building one cycleway is pointless. It leads to low usage and much resentment. You need to build a network so people can get from where they are to where they want to go feeling safe. Closer to home, Auckland is seeing similar effects as they slowly connect up their network, and it is happening here in Christchurch too. But the longer we take to finish the network, the longer will be the perception that they are underused. I biked here today largely on the route of the Southern Lights cycleway. The finished parts of this are a joy. I locked my bike up in the bike park in the Litchfield Street parking building, which is excellent. I regularly cycle on the Southern Lights and Unilink cycleways, and I like that you see all sorts of cyclists using them. School kids, students, commuters, shoppers, families. There are some great cycling facilities in Christchurch, but without a finished network, they risk being underused because people can't connect safely to them. Please prioritise finishing the network and include the coastal pathway to some in that network. Most of the network will be useful transport infrastructure, but the coastal pathway, when completed, will be that as well, but also a tourist attraction and a real selling point for the city, much like similar paths in New Plymouth and elsewhere. Christchurch doesn't make the best use of its miles of waterfront, but I think the coastal pathway will go a long way to addressing that. I could talk on about the many benefits of cycling, the health, social, environmental gains, and the safety in numbers effect, where the more people you get cycling, the safer it is for everyone. But instead, I'd rather tell you why I felt strongly enough about this to turn up here today, despite my fairly obvious dislike of public speaking. I'm now a proud Kiwi and an even prouder dad. I want to be able to safely take my daughter to the park, to swimming lessons, to preschool, etc. by bike. I want her to grow up thinking cycling is normal and for us to be able to let her cycle to school and beyond without worrying unduly about her safety. Please, don't delay. Prioritise finishing the network. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. You would no need to be nervous at all. That's really, really compelling story there. Has anyone got any questions? Sarah?
Just briefly, it's not really covered here, but there's the network and getting the network up and running. But do you feel like we're doing enough as a council to sort of sell those benefits that you were talking about to the wider community and talk about that at all?
Judging by some of the comments you read on stuff, I'd say no. It's hard to judge. I think the people that use them know of the benefits, but maybe there isn't this understanding that cycling benefits everyone. You know, every cyclist you see on a cycleway is one less car chasing, you know, causing congestion or fighting you for a park. And also the cost benefits, you know, that cycling reduces the maintenance cost on roads.
Right, thank you.
I'm just tweeting a reply about your presentation, so I'm giving you a really high rating. Your partner's tweeted about your submission this afternoon.
She would.
So I'm just going to tweet it back with your photo. Right. Oh, well, look, thank you very much for your time. It's much appreciated.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.